Land of ungratefulness, land of misrule, whose voice is resentment, whose actions are cruel, whose policy is to traumatise, whose enemy is hope. It's a hostile environment and a slippery slope. Kamal dreams of living in his daddy's house in Brum, but he's locked up in Yarlswood with his sister and mum. Oh, we recognise it's desirable to reunite kith and kin, but it's a hostile environment and you ain't coming in. Nicolette has run her cafe since 1994. Now if she can't find a pile of paperwork, they'll show her the door. Yeah, we know you paid your tax all these 25 years, but it's a hostile environment, so spare us the tears. Cherry last saw Trinidad when she was just 5. In her 70s now she sees a prison van arrive. As you appear to have no passport, let us make you aware that it's a hostile environment and your home is back there. Irina got her girls out from Kiev into France. Now those phantom visa offices are leading her a dance. The Home Secretary tells the Commons that everything's just fine, 'cause the hostile environment's still keeping them in line. We regret that Rwanda resists investigations into torture, deaths in custody, human rights violations. Ah, but that was way back in June 2021. Do you want a hostile environment or a holiday in the sun? Land of ungratefulness, land of misrule, whose voice is resentment, whose actions are cruel, whose policy is to traumatise, whose enemy is hope. It's a hostile environment and a slippery slope. Yeah. Thank you. There's a fine line between making ends meet and sleeping in the rain. Kicked out and wishing you could get back on that 7:30 train. It feels like the screw keeps tightening every single day. While the Lord give it and the landlord take it away. Well, they'll sell you a dream, lend you the money for a house. And it don't matter if you can't make the payments when all the jobs head south. You see, they bet on both sides, so they win either way. Ain't it clever how the Lord give it and the landlord take it away? We just hang around drinking coffee from a paper cup. Well, they say it'll trickle down, yeah, but it just keeps trickling up. And your first hit's free, but after that you've got to pay. And that's how the Lord give it and the landlord take it away. Well, now they say there's a crisis that every telly's talking about. How the same folk who got us into this need us to bail them out. It seems when you're too big to fail, it means you're too big to pay. Ain't it funny how the Lord give it and the landlord take it away? Well, now big men got big plans, and big plans only expand. They've got no friends, only interests, little men of pawns in their hands. And they'll send us to fight for reasons that aren't what they say. Poor boys, don't you know, the Lord give it and the landlord take it away. We just hang around drinking coffee coffee from a paper cup. Well, they say it'll trickle down, but it just keeps trickling up. And everybody takes a cut, while the newspapers look the other way. And that's how the Lord give it and the landlord take it away. Yeah, that's how the Lord give it and the landlord take it away. In Wheelergate a hand I lent, with a blunt spoke shave to the bench was sent. One day past I could plainly see this was no place for me. In Barkergate their leather was tanned, and I hammered sheepskin with me own right hand. But the burning gorse made such a foul reek, I was out that place in a week. Unto Wheeler, Barker, Carter, Lister, Fletcher, Fisher, Gates I've strayed. Been an Arrow man, a leather man, lace I've made. For I am a Nottingham jack of all trades. In Cartergate, made bottles of glass, but there's hardly room for a man to pass. For carts full of coal rolled by all day, so from there I made my way. To Listergate I went after that, carried yards of cloth to the boiling vat. With scar and dye my hands turned blue, so I left without more ado. Unto Wheeler, Barker, Carter, Lister, Fletcher, Fisher, Gates I've strayed. Been an Arrow man, a leather man, lace I have made. For I am a Nottingham jack of all trades. In Fletchergate their arrows were made, and the grey goose feathers all around were laid. They went up my nose and they made me sneeze. She's not sneezing. Thank you. I was out that place with speed. Our pike and trout from the Trent it came to Fishergate, where there was no drain. I pegged up my nose till it made me sore. I'll never go there no more. Unto Wheeler, Barker, Carter, Lister, Fletcher, Fisher, Gates I've strayed. Been an Arrow man, a leather man, lace I've made. For I am a Nottingham jack of all trades. Been an Arrow man, a leather man, lace I've made. For I am a Nottingham jack of all trades. Have a banana. Thank you. My enemy I first did see with the dawn all in his eye. His armour bright was a fine brave sight, and I heard his battle cry. His sword did wave, and a yell I gave in answer to his call. By the red sunset, the ground was wet with blood where he did fall. In another place, at another time, I'd drink his health in a glass of wine. I'd shake the hand and think no ill of the man that I did kill. For who can say why he marched away to join the battle throng? For a man's misled by the glorious dead who live in a hero's song. Did he march away on a fine spring day to a darling sweetheart's wave? Was it careless love or a chance to prove to his love that he was brave? My enemy I then did see with a musket in his hand. He raised that gun in the morning sun as he made his final stand. But I picked him out in that glass redoubt, and I heard the singing sigh of the ball that flew to the man I slew, and I heard his last death cry. In another place at another time, I'd drink his health in a glass of wine. I'd shake the hand and think no ill of the man that I did kill. Who can say why he marched away to meet my deadly aim? Was it want of bread or of work that led him away to the deadly game? Was his poor soul sold for a piece of gold that brought him over the sea? Did a starving wife or the poor man's life bring the poor man here to me? My enemy I then did see in a world of shell and fire. I saw him stand in the no man's land through the loops of the old barbed wire. And as he ran, I marked my man and I played my well-drilled part. And the air was split as the bullet hit and tore his life apart. Another place at another time, a drink is held in a glass of wine. I'd shake the hand and think no ill of the man that I did kill. But who can say why he marched away so far from his native land? Did he fear to die? Did the white feathers fly? Did she place one in his hand? Did he feel her shame? Did he take the blame? Did she smile at his uniform? And did she cry as he went to die on that far-off summer's morn? My enemy I could not see with his children in his arms. He was far away on that fateful day and I meant to him no harm. But I gave the word and the roar was heard as death took us all by the hand. And in reply it was eye for eye and we're all in no man's land. In another place at another time, a drink is held in a glass of wine. I'd shake the hand and think no ill of the man that I did kill. But who can say why we march away? We have reasons of our own. We are poor, we are sad, we are rich or we are glad, and we all die our deaths alone. We go up, we go back, we retreat, we attack, we are safe and we take our chance. We mark our man and we do what we can to keep up with death's old dance. In another place at another time, a drink is held in a glass of wine. I would shake the hand and think no ill of the man that I did kill. Do you remember the time we crossed the poverty line? The sun shone on those in the shade. Our grandfathers fought, and the vision they sought was a helping hand from cradle to grave. Now that's all over and long been forgot, and the profits all go to the men at the top. And the promises of 1945 are just broken dreams and lies. Food banks and Ferraris on the rise. Food banks and Ferraris on the rise. Food banks and Ferraris on the rise. Well, they say times are tough, and there isn't enough to pay the poor, the sick, the old and so on. But the profits still flow, the bonuses grow. We all know where the money has gone. Those robber barons in their fortified towers are eating the fruits of what should have been ours. And the promises of 1945 are just broken dreams and lies. Food banks and Ferraris on the rise. Food banks and Ferraris on the rise. Food banks and Ferraris on the rise. Well, the gap between your place and mine gets wider every day. You pay the press, you pay for votes to make sure it stays that way. Promises of 1945 are just broken dreams and lies. Food banks and Ferraris on the rise. Food banks and Ferraris on the go hedging and build a stone wall. Or pick up and place it and hope it don't fall. When east winds blow bitter and keen in the trees, I'd sooner lay blackthorn than drywall and freeze. I'd sooner go hedging, the best thing I know, for anger and anguish and woman-made woe. No matter how hurt or insulted I feel, a tussle with blackthorn will help it to heal. I'd sooner go hedging than reading a book. The more you get thinking, the darker things look. Since study and weeping are hard on the eyes, I'd sooner lay blackthorn than learn to be wise. I'd sooner go hedging than writing a verse, all weaving and rhyming as if by a curse. For little men care what a poet may scrawl, but a blackthorn well laid is a pleasure to all. I'd sooner go hedging than seek all my days for wealth or position or other men's praise. Plain billock and axe are the tools of my trade. 6 shillings a chain is the rate I am paid. I'd sooner go hedging, but come the next spring, I'll up and be gone like a bird on the wing, and all I shall miss when I reach my new home will be hedges to slash at and blackthorn in bloom. Hedging. He says, woman, turn that racket off. So she puts down her tea. She shuffles across the living room and she turns down the TV. He waits until she's settled back and got comfy with a tray in her lap. Then he glances up and as she lifts her cup he says, that's not off, that's down. That's not off, that's down. Back in County Kildare, Dublinville, would it be fair to say you weren't a one for school? All your bridges swiftly burnt and your letters left unlearned just to tear away. You could charm them all, nobody's fool. Sooner use your wits than follow any rule. Whoa, 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 aye, 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 whoa, whoa, whoa. Took a girl for a romp in the hay, Dublinville at the farm down the lane in a shed. Found some guns in the straw, told your dad what you saw. Breathe one word of this and we'll all be dead. Father said, here's a clip round the ear, now off to bed. Whoa, 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 aye, 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 whoa, whoa, whoa. The next morning you put on the boat, Dublinville bound for London to live with Auntie May. When you find out she ain't real, you don't know what to think or feel. The two ladies of the night kindly say it's okay. If you want, you're welcome to stay. Whoa, 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 aye, 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 whoa, whoa, whoa. And they taught you to read and to write. Dublinville slowly taught you to write and to read. Then the press gang it down, going the streets all around. They said, paddy boy, you're just the kind we need. Yes indeed, you'd be better off in khaki than in tweed. Whoa, 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 aye, 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 whoa, whoa. It's the bomb disposal unit for you, Dublinville. job on disposal will suit your steely eye. Soon you're shaken to the core, can't do the job no more. When you see your new best mate blown sky high, you got your cry, Jesus Christ, there ain't no bleeding way to die. Whoa, 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 aye, 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 whoa, whoa, whoa. We settled down in Ashford, so it seems, doubling bill and showing films at the flea pit keeps you calm. You wed your Chiswick girl, got one young Patrick, one young Pearl, but you're a tearaway. So now you're winning charm, or is it Smarm? Don't belong at home, but down the Denmark arms. Whoa, 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 aye, 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 whoa, whoa, whoa.